We're Jimmy and Lisa with Finance Camping. Today, we are going to take you on another featured campground tour for camperreport.com.
The tour we'll be bringing you today is of Oak Alley RV Resort in Webster, Florida. As you're pulling off the road, they have 4 long lanes for you to park your RV while you go into the office and get checked in, which is nice. You're not blocking traffic because there's also a through traffic lane for people that are staying here and don't need to be tied up in your check-in process. We're going to start over here to the left as you come in. So all of the sites here are a minimum of 36 by 70, but the ones around the perimeter are even bigger than that. They are the equivalent of a site and a half.
Nice big sites. Yeah,
which is really nice, especially when you're trying to get backed in the corner or something, or maybe you don't like your neighbor, so you want them to be a little farther away from you.
For RVers, everybody's supposed to like their neighbors.
Sometimes you get that neighbor.
So this is a brand new park. They're in the process of building this right now, as you can see. Everything here, all the green that you see is fresh sod.
And something neat that the owner did when he put the sod in was he brought in a layer of limestone. So they graded and then they brought in a layer of limestone and then they put the sod on top so that
when you're backing in and you're parking, you won't sink. So
right.
we were in a pretty good rainstorm just the other day, and we didn't sink a bit. And we're on one of the new sites, and we've been to another campground that had new sites, and by the time we left, it was a muddy mess.
Well, especially in Florida, with there being so much sand, a lot of the campgrounds you go to, if you get off the spot that they allotted for you to park your RV
only this
in,
much room.
Yeah, when you go to put your jacks down, they sink because it's so sandy. So you won't run into that here, which is super nice. The owners here, it's a new park and they're still in development. You'll see that as we drive through. It's up and running now. They plan to add, I think, 200 and some more sites as they go along. But everything here seems to be very well planned out and very well thought out. From the layout to just some of the design features, they did a really nice job.
Over here to your left is all the brand new, how many was it, pickleball courts?
12 pickleball courts. So there's 6 on one side, 6 on the other. They're all kind of separated by fence, so you have your own area. And then there's 6 on one side, 6 on the other. The area in the middle, they have like a tiki hut, with the palm roof, and they have picnic tables and chairs so that maybe between games or if you're waiting your turn or whatever, you have a place to sit in the shade, maybe grab a bite to eat, grab a drink.
If I was playing pickleball there, that'd probably be where I would die.
Yeah, he wouldn't be playing.
He'd be just sitting in the tiki hut.
Just
I think there's a fan in there. I would have to sit there and just cool off if I was playing pickleball.
So the way it's laid out here, we're going to pull up now to the Clubhouse, which is kind of the center of any of the outdoor activity areas. So everything kind of wraps around the Clubhouse building. They have a nice gazebo type area on the one end of the Clubhouse that I'm assuming will have tables and chairs and stuff that you could sit out and eat once it's finished. Again, they're still under construction, so they have a lot of landscaping still going on. They're putting furniture in the Clubhouse today. But they're still planning, but everything's really pretty here. So the pickleball courts were on one side. On the other side here is their mailroom, post office. So they have P.O. boxes. So if you were going to be here 6 months or longer, which a lot of people are in Florida, you could have your own P.O. box. No need to go into town, or for them to be.
Florida 6 months?
I don't know. But you wouldn't have to worry about them dropping packages off at the office. They have their own little mail facility. On the back corner here, they have their laundry facility. So they have some top load washers and standard dryers. Those are both $2 a load. And then they have a couple of front load washers. Those are $3 a load. So depending on what you got going on, they've got you covered.
And there is a change machine in there.
There's a change machine in there, some folding tables and a sink. So
I don't go in there often.
As far as laundry goes, it's a nice facility. Of course, everything's brand new, so everything's nice and clean. And also in that laundry building on the other side of it is where there's going to be a bathhouse. There's a bathhouse over by the office, and then there's a bathhouse there. Then outside of the laundry facility are the 2 volleyball courts. They're sand courts, which I really like. And when it matures, I'm sure this will be pretty because they have the palm trees on the corners with the grasses, so it'll be a really pretty area once the trees mature and everything fills in. For now, it's pretty, but it'll be better when everything's opened up.
As you can see here, some of the fresh sod they just laid. They're putting some water on it now to try to get it to root pretty fast.
Yeah, so they've been out here actively working all week while we're here. Putting the sod down, they're putting the finishing touches on a lot of the areas. They're still bricking up the sign up front. As I mentioned, the clubhouse is getting finished, so the furniture is going in this week. Another area is out here behind the clubhouse is where the pool and the hot tub are going to be. Currently, they have 2 more of those tiki hut type areas behind the pool, and the guys are here this week finishing up the tile and the pavers, the tile in the pool, the pavers around the pool. So hopefully before we leave, we can get some good shots of that so you can see what it's all about. Behind the pool, they also have bocce ball courts. I hope I said that right. And there's going to be horseshoe pits, which aren't here yet either, but they will be. They're on the map, so they will be here. Then they have, beside the pickleball courts, they have the shuffleboard area, which I think it's nice that they have covered both ends of that. So, maybe you can get out of the sun when you're playing if it's not your turn. I've never played shuffleboard, but I'm assuming since they have those covered areas, that's what they're for. And
here's where the dumpster is located right here, all the way in the back of the park, which is nice. It's away from everybody. You don't have to worry about hearing it.
And it's a big area here. A lot of times where the dumpsters are is hard to get in and out. So like when you're pulling out with your RV, it's hard to get to the dumpster. So you have to walk or drive or whatever over to it. So this is a nice big area that would be easily accessible on your way out of the park. So this area we're getting ready to drive through is the area they've been actively working on this week. So they've been rolling out sod, they've been watering the sod.
You can see the stages as we're coming through here.
Yeah, they've been leveling out the limestone for the sod that's coming in. So we go from completed to almost completed to not quite there yet. And then even further beyond, which you can kind of see off in the distance, the area that's been graded and nothing else yet, those are going to be more sites. So I think it's like 311 sites into this new area here. And then once they finish developing out back, it'll be 570, I think, sites when it's all complete. The owner here has another park in Florida, so he's familiar with the RV world. And you can tell in his planning and execution of this park that he has put a lot of thought into this particular location. The manager said that he made it a goal that he wouldn't have to come back quickly and
update or upgrade anywhere soon.
He was trying to plan it out as efficiently as possible and give people as many amenities right up front as they can ask for, and he's done that. We're here in our 45-foot toy hauler. We have enough room on our site to back that in, put the patio down, and still park the truck in front of it.
Which you don't get that many campgrounds anymore.
No, and then we have enough room between us and the camper next to us that, we don't want to, but if we did, there's actually enough room there to park another RV in between us. That's how wide the sites are. So that's awesome, because that means he's planning for the future, because rigs aren't getting smaller, they're getting bigger, and no need in making the sites so small that later down the road you have to take sites out, or you just have miserable people because the site is too small for them to get into. So
one question everybody always asks is if we have pretty decent cell phone signal here. We do have AT&T, and I think we have 3 bars, which is pretty quick, and we do have 4G or 5G that's working here. It's not the fastest, but our neighbors are with us, and they have Verizon 5G, and it's super fast.
Here is going to be, or is the dog park area. There's going to be another larger area, not sure where, but in that newer side of the facility once it's complete. So it's not quite complete yet, but pets are welcome. Of course, put them on a leash as usual.
As you can see, this place is well landscaped. I'm gonna go up the wrong side of the road, but you can see the trees, the curves,
so the oak trees,
the rocks,
and the Spanish moss. And maybe we'll even get some shots in the evening when the sun's going down. The sunset is beautiful, and when these street lights are coming on, it kind of gives you that old town feel out here. And this campground is in a rural area. There's farms across the street and farms to one side, but it's still like 5 minutes to be in the closest town, and maybe 10 to 15 to be into the big town where, and I say that like we're out in the middle of the sticks, but 5 minutes to get into a local town where you're going to be able to find most amenities, 10 minutes to get to town where there's a Walmart and some fast food restaurants. So
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, you can say.
This is more of the completed.
The completed
section.
area.
They have 13 full concrete level pads that are beautiful.
Pull-through sites.
Pull-through sites.
All the sites here are full hookup, water, electric, sewer, and they all have 50, 30, and 20 amp service.
They all come with a picnic table. So this is what it looks like.
So this is the loop that we're in. So again, sites to the left are going to be your perimeter sites. They're a site and a half. And then sites to the right, although they look equally as big, maybe aren't quite as big, but they're all back in sites.
And you can see our camper right there to the right, the Fusion sitting there. We had our deck down when we first got here, and we were able to watch the horses and the cows and all that kind of
farm out
around.
back has cows and goats and horses, and they're out there riding the horses every evening, which is pretty cool. Haven't seen any wild animals here other than
a spider.
Very big spider and some of the like sandhill cranes and some birds. It's been about it. Haven't seen anything cool like deer or fox or anything like that, but doesn't mean they're not here. We just haven't seen them. So straight ahead of us is kind of their workshop where they keep their mowers and stuff like that. But if you see down to the left, the little door, well, the big door that's open and then the little walk-in door, they have their own wood shop here on site. So that's kind of cool, something fun for people to do. So to the left of the wood shop is a little cul-de-sac area. It'd be cool if you had a group of people coming.
If everybody wanted to camp together, you have a nice section here, and you got the whole middle that you can have to yourselves.
There's 6 water, electric, and sewer sites. It looks like there's maybe some tent sites over there because they have water. So maybe that's something coming in the future. I'm not sure. But anyway, this would be a fun area if you had a group of 6 or fewer and you wanted to book this area, and then you could have get-togethers and stuff kind of out in the common area. That'd be a lot of fun, I think. And they can fill your propane here. Not sure about the cost, but the propane tank is right there. And then to the right of the propane tank
is I'm going to drive us through the site right here. That way you can see one of the pull-through sites.
So to the right of the propane tank and kind of beside the office is the bathhouse for this area. It's not a great big common bathhouse. What it is 4 single stalls. That's probably not the right word, but each one it's like your bathroom at home. It has the toilet, the sink, the vanity, your own shower, bench, all that kind of stuff. It's really nice. So everything they've done here, and of course it's still brand new, but everything they've done and everything that you can see they're still planning on doing and that they're actively working towards screams that this is an amazing park. We really like it here, and we're already planning our return trip once it's all complete to check it out again.
We hope you've enjoyed this featured campground tour for camperreport.com.
And if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel.
And don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss the next featured campground tour video.
Until the next time you find us camping.
Safe travels, everyone.